My friends, I want you to think about this. Every single one of us has an Everest. Every single one of us has a mountain that stands before us, a challenge that looks too big, too steep, too dangerous, too impossible, and while Sir Ranulph Fiennes chose to climb real mountains, chose to cross frozen wastelands, chose to march into deserts and face nature head-on, your Everest may look different. Your Everest may be the fear of failure. Your Everest may be the weight of self-doubt. Your Everest may be the obstacles of your environment. Your Everest may be the scars of your past. But make no mistake about it, the climb is just as real, the danger is just as real, the fear is just as real, and the victory on the other side is just as sweet, because conquering your own Everest means conquering yourself, conquering your excuses, conquering your limitations, conquering the voice that whispers you can't, conquering the part of you that wants to quit, and just like Sir Ranulph Fiennes had to push beyond the pain of frostbite, beyond the exhaustion of endless miles, beyond the loneliness of desolate ice, you too will have to push beyond sleepless nights, push beyond rejection, push beyond failures, push beyond fear, and the only way you will reach your summit is if you decide that nothing will stop you, no storm, no setback, no critic, no failure, because climbing your Everest is not about the mountain. It's about the mindset, it's about the fire within, it's about the decision that you will not live your life at base camp when you were meant to stand on the peak, and too many people spend their whole lives at base camp, safe, comfortable, surrounded by excuses, looking up at the summit and saying, one day, someday, maybe, but they never start climbing, they never take the first step, they never risk the cold, they never risk the fall, they never risk the pain, and so they die with their dreams still buried in them. But I came to tell you today that you are not one of those people. You were not born to stay at base camp, you were born to climb, you were born to push, you were born to rise, you were born to stretch yourself, you were born to conquer your Everest, and it doesn't matter how many times you failed before, it doesn't matter how steep the climb looks, it doesn't matter how loud the critics shout, it doesn't matter how heavy the weight feels. What matters is that you take the next step, and then the next, and then the next, and no matter how slow, no matter how painful, no matter how lonely, if you keep climbing, if you keep going, if you refuse to quit, one day you will look down from the top and say, I made it, I conquered my Everest. And here's what you need to understand. The climb will test you, the climb will hurt you, the climb will break you down, but that's the point, because the climb is designed to change you, the climb is designed to strip away your weaknesses, the climb is designed to show you what you're really made of. The climb is designed to transform you into the person who deserves to stand on the summit, and hear me well, my friends, when you make the decision to climb your Everest, you will discover something profound. You will discover that most of the barriers you thought were outside of you were really inside of you. You will discover that the weight that seemed impossible to lift was not the mountain but the mindset. It was the fear you carried, the doubt you carried, the excuses you carried, and once you start shedding those weights you will find yourself rising faster, climbing higher, pushing harder. Because the real Everest is not the challenge in front of you, the real Everest is the fear within you, the laziness within you, the insecurity within you, and once you conquer that, once you win that battle, the mountain outside doesn't stand a chance. That is why people who look ordinary on the outside do extraordinary things. That is why people who come from nothing rise to greatness, because they conquered themselves, they silenced the voice that said, you can't, they overcame the habit of quitting, they destroyed the chains of procrastination, and they chose to fight one more round, take one more step, hold on one more day, and because of that they reached heights that others only dreamed of. And I know you have that same power within you. I know because you are still here, you have been through storms, you have survived nights that should have broken you, you have faced pain that should have ended you, but you are still standing, which means there is greatness in you, which means you are built for the climb, which means you are not finished yet, and if you're not finished, then you still have an Everest to conquer. Don't you dare settle for a life at base camp. Don't you dare die with your song unsung. Don't you dare let your dream rot inside of you because you were afraid to climb. The graveyard is the richest place on earth because it is filled with dreams that were never pursued, books that were never written, inventions that were never created, songs that were never sung, businesses that were never started, lives that were never lived, and I refuse to let that be your story. I refuse to let your Everest bury you. I refuse to let fear steal your destiny. You've got to decide right now that you will climb, that you will fight, that you will rise, that you will endure, that you will conquer. Yes, the air will get thin, yes, the path will get steep, yes, your body will scream for you to quit, yes, your friends may not understand, yes, people may call you crazy, yes, you will fail, you will fall, you will stumble, you will bleed, but none of that matters as long as you keep moving, as long as you keep climbing, as long as you refuse to quit. Because the summit is not for the talented, the summit is not for the gifted, the summit is for the relentless, the summit is for the hungry, the summit is for the ones who will crawl if they have to, who will bleed if they have to, who will cry if they have to, but who will not stop until they stand on top. And when you get there, when you stand on your summit, when you look down at the path you climbed, every tear will make sense, every scar will make sense, Every failure will make sense, because you will see that it was all shaping you, it was all strengthening you, it was all preparing you for this moment, and you will know that nothing was wasted, nothing was in vain, because it all brought you here. So I challenge you today, don't just admire other people's summits, don't just applaud other people's courage, don't just watch other people climb, make the decision to climb your own Everest, make the decision to rise, to fight, to conquer, because your destiny is waiting at the top, your purpose is waiting at the top, your fulfillment is waiting at the top, and the world is waiting to see what happens when you unleash all that's inside of you. This is your time, this is your mountain, this is your Everest. Climb it, conquer it, claim it, because you were born for this.